This episode of the Wrestle-Cast is dedicated to the memory of Bruno Samartino. This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Quiet on the set, please! Silence! Silence!
I knew you'd come. I'm not finished with you!
I am the cream, the cream of the crop.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening.
Because we don't just set the bar, we are the bar!
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on thebrokeninfinite.com, Automatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else we find this fine audio recording, and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty Jay. That's TWK. TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm TWK of TWK Reviews, and I have many hats.
Very many hats. I need to get a hat. Hopefully, I will get a hat at the live event I'm going next. Not this Monday, but the next April 30th. 10 days from now.
Yes, I was wondering. It is a Mass Effect Andromeda hat.
It is a very nice hat.
Yeah, it's got AI printed on it because Andromeda Initiative, and I like Mass Effect Andromeda, despite the popular consensus not liking it so much. But who cares about the popular consensus? I like what I like, and anyone else who has a problem with that, including you, Matty, can suck it.
Suck
it, Matty. Matty, suck it.
I got no problem with your love of Mass Effect, dude.
Suck it. Suck it, suck it,
You suck it.
You suck it.
You suck it.
You suck it.
Suck it. Suck it. Easy Rider, that one's for you, buddy. He's the psych mark of the group. There you go. By the way, I got no problem with your love of Andromeda. You know what I like? You know what I really like? Ready to Rumble. It's a guilty pleasure.
You say this after you've already watched Kayfabe.
Hey, I am ready, willing, and able, and Gable, mind you, to say that Kayfabe is the better movie.
Thank you.
Because it is. I'm just saying. And Bobbert's right. Yeah, I like trash too. I mean, somehow I think I lost my DVD copy of something else, but I got Samurai Cop on DVD.
Okay. Well, oh yeah, that's right. You did buy that.
I did buy that. Why? Joe Bob Briggs riffing a movie. Well, commentary, but it's Joe Bob Briggs.
That and, thank you OSW for introducing at least me to that movie.
OSW and riff tracks, depending on where you get it from. But yes, very much yes.
I would love for an OSW riff tracks.
Oh my God.
Especially with the most recent movie they just reviewed. I love the riff tracks.
Oh my God, Fatal Deviation. Folks, before we actually get to the serious stuff, and we do have to get some serious stuff out of the way before we get to the rest of the funny, but if there's an episode you need to watch, Fatal Deviation. My God.
If nothing else, just for V1's rant, it's amazing.
Yes, it is.
I've never seen him get so hot over a movie before.
I've never seen a man so pissed off about a movie. When was the last time I've seen someone that pissed off? Ooh. That's a thing.
Nevertheless, we have a lot to get to tonight.
Plus, I like Duke Nukem Forever. I don't love it, but I like it for what it is. So,
All right, so it's time to get to tonight's topics. Matty, tell these people what they're in for tonight's program.
So here's where we're going. We got your regular pile of news in the first segment, first segment, which includes some news over the Superstar Shakeup, Scott Steiner, the new returns / debuts, Scott Steiner. There's the return of What the Wrestling Fuck, Big Bad Booty Daddy. I've tweeted this gimmick before, so yeah. I forgot fat asses. Oh, but before I play Clip of the Week, which if you follow myself and our buddy the man called Gibby, Zach McGibbon of Wrestling with Ideas, you know exactly what the fuck Clip of the Week is. But before we do anything else and actually get to the fun stuff, we do have to acknowledge what we began the program with, and that is the passing of one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Bruno Samartino. What can we say, man? Over a decade as WWF champion, which is now the WWE Championship.
Yeah, and he was basically the working man's hero for like that entire time. He was made to, because he was an immigrant, and he was able to find success with the WWF. And his whole story is quite amazing, and I'm honestly looking forward to the documentary Monday that WWE.
Yeah, they're going to release a new documentary after Raw, and I'm like, I will be watching the shit out of that after Raw.
Unfortunately, that's not the only passing we have in wrestling.
Yeah, we believe Paul. I forget the name.
Paul Jones.
Paul Jones. I almost said Diamond, but Paul Jones passes away as well.
Yeah, definitely a very well-known name in the Mid-Atlantic region. The most I saw him was on NWA Saturday Night during his feud with the Boogie Woogie Man.
That would make sense why you would remember that now. Yeah,
I remember watching that when WWE used to have their old on-demand package on cable, and they would every other every 2 weeks
they would have stuff on demand from Mid-Atlantic and.
Yeah,
pretty much a lot of the preeminent NWA territories, and Mid-Atlantic was one of the big ones.
There always had plenty of territorial stuff on there, and I always loved watching the old NWA Saturday Night stuff they would have on there, and that was one of the more prominent feuds they had on NWA during that time for their World Championship Wrestling. I believe, I can't remember, was he there for the World Championship Wrestling era?
Ooh.
Because I think
I'm pretty
he may
sure
have only
the
been there
very
for
beginning, but I can't be sure.
I think he may have only been there for the Jim Crockett era.
Yeah, the Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, Mid-Atlantic Championship Sports era.
Yeah, and Hairball does know Paul Jones. He was a manager during that time. Like I said, he had a feud with Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant.
He was a territorial star, obviously.
Yeah.
But
he was during his managing days, he wore a very bright tuxedo. Just if you saw him, you'd notice him.
Mm-hmm. Do your research on this one. There's some good matches in there, and he's a great manager as well. And of course, Bruno Sammartino. What can we say? He was had his only pay-per-view appearance that we know of was obviously his Battle Royal appearance at WrestleMania 2. He was a big opponent of WWF in the mid '80s up to the mid 2000s because of the rampant use of steroids at the time, and of course the whole Attitude Era thing.
Yeah, he was a very pro-family friendly type of person. He always believed wrestling should be something the whole family can enjoy. He wasn't a fan of the direction WWE went in with the whole Attitude Era stuff, and it just created this rift for years and years and years and years. They
attempted to get him in a Hall of Fame multiple times before his eventual induction in 2013. It was the WrestleMania 29 that weekend in New York, and we can explain all this stuff. Obviously, our condolences go to the Sammartino family and his family and all that good stuff. Man.
So, with all that said, I believe it's now time to cheer people up with a
Now,
clip of
ladies and gentlemen, now we've brought the room down a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, the only way that could get you right back up into the comedy of things is Scott Steiner. If only we could get another Scott Steiner promo. Oh, wait, there's a whole 1 hour one that happened this week. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to hear are the first minute and a half-ish of the Impact teleconference, where they do, like, every week, with the whole media. They would have, like, in the past, they would have guys like Alberto El Patron, Alberto No-Show Patron, and guys of that nature. This week, they decided to have the greatest guest they've ever had ever. And if you disagree with that, then you clearly are not a true fan of professional wrestling.
Huh?
I said you're not a true fan of pro wrestling.
Huh?
I said that means you're fat ass. You're fat. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your ears and wear your earphones if you're at work. This is definitely not safe for work. Ladies and gentlemen, your clip of the week.
Or you could just play this over your work's PA system.
and flip up those 2 middle fingers because you just quit your job.
Flip out those 2 middle fingers and give me a shell, yeah.
Shell, yeah. Speaking of Impact, ladies and gentlemen, feast your ears and enjoy the clip of the week. Take a listen.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to this week's Impact Wrestling Media Teleconference. This is Ross Foreman. Boy, we have an explosive one today. We are going direct to Georgia. We're going to bring in the one and only Scott Steiner. Scott, welcome to the media teleconference.
Well, fuck off, Ross. You wasted too much of my time, man. It's like, you try to call me up, tell me to call me at 2 o'clock. It's 2 minutes after 2. What happened at 2 o'clock? Shit. I'm sorry about it. Traffic sucks, man. Going down the highway, in the fast lane.
I guess it's a good day for. I guess it's a good day for you, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, I started out good. I was fine when I first woke up. Then this traffic here sucks. Go ahead, ask me a question. You already got me pissed off. What is it?
Well, let me ask you about Redemption. This Sunday, you continue with Eli Drake against LAX with Santana and Ortiz, and of course you get Conan on the outside.
Yeah, Conan's going to be doing what he always did when we're at NWO. He's going to be carrying my bags after this match and signing my belt. Maybe my shoes, too. Actually, he might come and cut my grass. I might have all 3 of them, really. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, that's the first minute and a half. What followed was 60 minutes of, oh my god, this man is the most anti-PC wrestler ever. And I loved every minute of it. I was at work.
I have to ask, whose idea was it to have Steiner given an unfiltered 60 minutes of anything? Whoever did that,
and how can we buy him a beer?
No, I wonder, like, were they high? Were they drunk? I know today is 420.
And by the way, the big reason why we didn't want to do a Rob Van Dam intro, as I promised last week, because, well, how do you pay tribute to Bruno Samartino, who is very anti-drug, anti-doping, anti-steroids, family-friendly gentleman, and play a bunch of clips from Mr. Drugs.
Well, he wasn't Mr. Drugs, he was just Mr. Marijuana.
It kind of clashes a little bit, you know.
You could have saved it for, the Stinger.
I could have saved it for the Stinger, and then Scott Steiner showed up, and you have to be hiding to let him in, speaking of.
And Hairball answered my question as to whether the person who made the decision was drunk or high, and he said the answer is yes.
You have some of the juicy bits, I'm sure, when we do the news. Let's talk about that. I mean,
Okay. Getting outside of the gloomy stuff, our news. First off, we have to talk about the Superstar Shakeup.
Yep.
I got the list in front of me. So the people who went to Raw are Jinder Mahal,
Yep.
Riot Squad,
Mm-hmm.
KO and Sammy, Ryder, Breezango, Natalya, Ziggler and McIntyre, Mojo Rawley, Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode,
Glorious.
Mike Kanellis, The Ascension, and Chad Gable. And the
Also,
people who-
by the way, the Fashion Police on Raw. Fuck yes.
And they got a win.
They got a win over the Bar, who were on the way out, apparently.
Yep, and on Raw, Jeff Hardy defeated Jinder Mahal for the U.S. title. And then going on to SmackDown, we of course had The Miz, who was announced on Raw to go over to SmackDown. Then Jeff Hardy showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Then DeVille and Rose. Then Samoa Joe. And then Sanity minus Nikki Cross for reasons I don't fucking know. What the fuck?
Why? Where's Nikki Cross? She's
is
part of the group.
This is starting to seem a little sexist to me.
Yeah.
first
Vinny,
Carmella was-
the fuck?
Because first Carmella wasn't allowed to come up with her group, and now Nikki Cross can't come up with her group. What the fuck is this shit?
What is this shit?
Fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. And moving on, we have a big ass.
Yeah. He's 7 foot tall. And I'm not going to say the rest of it because the guy who said it is a douchebag.
Indeed. Then we have Asuka, the Good Brothers,
Yipper.
the What Bar,
The Bar.
R-Truth, and one of my favorite call-ups, Andrade Cien Almas, a.k.a. El Idolo, and Zelina Vega.
Yeah. Waited a week to move him up. Don't see why, but okay.
So overall, I think SmackDown won the shake-up this year.
SmackDown won like a motherfucker this year.
Yeah, with Hardy, Miz, Samoa Joe, Asuka, that alone I think won. And the icing on the cake was Andrade Cien Almas.
Also, I should probably mention that the live event that my father and I are going to on the 30th is a SmackDown branded show, obviously, because it's a Monday show.
So you had to see Samoa Joe, hopefully.
Again, because he was at the SmackDown taping last year. A couple of years ago, actually. So there you go. That's the thing. SmackDown won it. Won it like a motherfucker this year. Just saying.
And of course, we should mention that last week, the Iconics got brought up. So SmackDown's women's division is looking pretty good in my eyes.
SmackDown's women's division, the tag division,
Yeah, tag division
is
for both
looking
brands.
good on SmackDown because you already have the Usos and New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers, but now you added the Bar in there. That's gonna throw a wrench in there.
The Good Brothers as well.
Good Brothers are good workers and need better. I mean, please don't be. They're not jobbers. They're not jobbers.
And speaking of not jobbers, Sandy better not be turning into jobbers either.
Fuck's sake. Also, Eric Young on the main roster. Fuck yeah. Also, the Good Brothers are back with the AJ Styles.
Indeed, that should be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Don't keep them too separate.
Also, hey, speaking of AJ Styles, he keeps hitting me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep hitting me in the dick?
It's because AJ's penis has a magnetic pulse that just pulls Shinsuke's hand right into it.
And for some reason, every time he hits it, he forgets how to speak English.
Well, obviously, yes. And never mind the fact that Shinsuke plugs the Greatest Royal Rumble completely in English on Twitter. Non-canon.
Like
It's
non-canon. Like, this is not canon, and it goes like, No hablo no inglés. Corey calls him out on that. Corey Graves calls him out on that. And they go, no hablo en inglés. I'm like, fuck's sake, you're a heel.
You really pronounced the hard H on there.
Huh?
You're really pronouncing the hard H on there.
Really? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's pronounced hablo. Very soft H. Soft H.
Okay. See, I don't. I speak two. I speak two languages. Actually, three languages: English, French, and swear words.
Same thing with Animat. Shockingly, I've legitimately never heard him swear, and yet on the podcast last week he dropped Tabernacle.
Believe me, that's yeah, yeah. So if you believe me, when people get pissed off, Tabernacle is a word, folks.
Yeah, like I wasn't expecting to hear that. I was like, holy shit, he can swear.
By the way, by the way, the fact that you're shocked that you heard him swear knows that you know what the fuck I'm saying. Also, that you've heard of TDT.
Well, of course, I've been watching independent wrestling for so many years, and they've been one of the top Canadian tag teams for so long now.
You're well. Thank you very much. Also, for those wondering, Tabarnak the team.
Yes, everyone should go watch them. They essentially look like lumberjacks.
They're a lumberjack French-Canadian version of the non-racist version of the Briscoes.
Ah, good.
That's the best comparison I could give you if you've never seen TDT. They're brawlers. They wear flannel, yes, but basically, if the Briscoes were if the Briscoes spoke French and were less racist, were homophobic.
Do you know what's funny is that when you first said Briscoes, for whatever reason, my mind immediately went to Jack and Jerry. I don't know why.
Matt and Mark. No, yeah. Jay and Mark. Jay and Mark. What am I doing?
Nevertheless, do you know what's not good?
What is not good, T-Dub?
WWE and 2K being sued by Randy Orton's tattoo artist.
What?
Yeah, his tattoo artist.
Okay, you caught me off guard with that one.
Yeah, his tattoo artist is suing WWE over using his tattoo, I believe that her tattoos in the video games. Let's see if I can find an official report here right quick.
What?
Here we go. Let's see. According to TMZ.com, Randy Orton's tattoo artist, Catherine Alexander, is suing WWE and 2K Games. Alexander, who owns the legal rights to the tattoo designs, is claiming that the tattoos have been used in WWE video games without her permission. WWE allegedly offered Alexander $450 to use the design in 2009, but she turned down the offer. And one of her designs is the tribal tattoo that's on Orton's back.
Wow. Okay.
So that's like one of his original tattoos.
Yeah, that's his. And she's suing them over the video game rights?
Yeah, because they put them in the video game, and over the past several years, there have been some court cases where tattoo artists are getting like these tattoos removed from the video games.
Oh.
So like people with video games with tattoos are now. Some of them are no longer allowed to use their tattoos in the actual games, and this is starting to become more and more common. So enjoy all the tattoos you're seeing in all your favorite video games, because they might go bye-bye if they're based on real tattoos.
Hoard your video games.
Essentially.
Yeah. And if you're OCD about that stuff, don't buy a future release. You'll be pissed off by inside half an hour if you play Randy Orton.
It's almost reminded me of the whole CM Punk situation when, he had the Pepsi and Cobra logos on his shoulders.
Yeah, and they had to remove them because obvious logos were obvious.
Yeah, so it took them years until they decided, you know what, maybe we should just put logos that kind of look like them, but not exactly. And it was like, it took you guys 4 years to figure that out?
WWE, everybody. Anyway.
Okay, moving on. Matty?
Yes?
Hit the button.
Which one?
It's time.
Oh,
to rip off that guy.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for that segment where we lovingly ripped off a Nash. We'll take a look at some wrestling bullshit. Bring it to you and ask, what the wrestling fuck? Now, is it my story or your story? Because
you brought it up. Your story. Go with it.
All right. So you can thank Hairball for this. Those of you, and this is courtesy of NoDQ.com, and it is, of course, our disclaimers. We always make sure to verify the thing here. And I'll get no more verified than this. Let's take a look here. Let's put that on the big screen real quick. With the editing and all that good stuff. There it is. Courtesy NoDisqualification.com. No DQ News. WWE gets emergency restraining order against fan. According to TMZ.com, WWE gets beyond an emergency restraining order against fan.
He's going down.
Oh. We have autoplay here. Oh, never mind. We had autoplay. For some reason. Anyway. WWE has gotten an emergency restraining order against fan Amado Alejandro Montalvo. Montalvo has allegedly been harassing the company since 2015. Court documents claim that Montalvo smeared his own feces over Walls WWE Performance Center in Orlando at one point. Instagram post by Montalvo led to WWE getting a restraining order due to a belief that he's in serious threat. What did he do? Quote, to the wrestling fans, McMahon and the W are trying to sue me again. Well, message for a wrestling podcast, blah, blah, blah. McMahon, go to hell. Why, oh why is he doing that? Let's mute that. Stuff like this. He's at the front door, acting like a drunk mark. Because he wants to wrestle.
If this were back in the old territorial days, he would have gotten knocked on his ass.
If Sid Vicious... Harley Race would have beat the crap out of him. Regal should have just stepped out and stretched his mark ass.
So you want to wrestle, Sunshine? Well, here, let me show you a few holds right here.
I mean, look at this stuff. I mean, there's a YouTube video of him look like a fucking mark. He was going after AJ Lee at one point, and that's just Jesus. Every day with this fucking mark.
Although some people point out that some errors with that quote-unquote restraining order because it comes from Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated.
Whoops.
So it might have been just a huge publicity stunt for this guy. For all we know. Because last I checked, the company name is World Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated. Nevertheless, fuck this guy. Huge embarrassment to the whole fandom.
Folks, if you want to be a wrestler, do your research.
Go to a school. Get trained.
More than likely, there is a school within about 100 miles or 100 kilometers or whatever of your vicinity. Don't be like that idiot. Please don't.
By the way, Bobbert says, at first I thought you were talking about Umaga's manager.
That's the first photo when I first read about that. Yeah.
No, that
Mr. Psycho Poop Smearer. Yes, Super Sentai Hero. No. But yeah.
That would be Armando Alejandro Estrada,
who is a far kinder human being than this douchebag, smearing shit all over the Performance Center because he can't talk to Lita during Tough Enough, or he can't do this, he can't do that. They're suing me for doing this. I'm like, no, asshole, you're not. No, ass clown, you're not suing you. They're scared of the shit out. They're scared of you because you're being a fuckwit. You're being a mark. On a very obsessive mark, I might add.
So do us all a favor. Please leave the entire world of wrestling alone. Go enjoy your life inside your own little bubble, and please leave the rest of humanity to itself.
Believe me, there are far better ways to obsess over WWE than showing up and taking a dump at their front fucking door.
Yeah, much better ways. Moving on to some news, which is a bit lighter.
Yes.
Young Bucks.
Yes.
They did an interview earlier this week.
Yeah.
And they're unsure about the future of being the Elite.
Basically, they felt 100 was a good way to end it. And to be fair, it kind of was. And the other thing, and to be not fair, but that ending was so fucking sad.
It is, and
plus
I think
you kind of have like a big thing, like a 10,000 seat freaking arena to fill.
It's a good advertising platform, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully they bring back being the Elite at some point. If nothing else, then to tie up all the loose ends.
If for nothing else.
Something that I was not expecting to cover tonight is Major League Wrestling Fusion.
Yeah, you actually got access to that.
Yeah, it's on beIN Sports.
Yeah.
Which is apparently a nationwide channel that I just heard of now. I just on a whim checked to see if I had it, and I had it. So that's cool.
And you had it, and you watched it.
Yeah, and on commentary of all people was Tony Schiavone. Tony
Schiavone of WCW and Starbucks fame.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Schiavone's on here. That's cool. And if you're wondering, when the show went off the air, he did say, "We're out of time."
Nice.
I was like, you crafty bastard.
Anyways,
the show we had tonight, we start off with ACH versus Austin Aries.
Fucking A.
Oh, yes. Great stuff there. Then after following the match, we had Jimmy Havoc promo. Made me mark out because I was not expecting to see Jimmy Havoc on my television screen. Then we had the Caramel Colossus, Barrington Hughes, go against Chico Adams. And Matty, I'd like for you to announce what type of match this was, because this was your specialty.
Sounds to me like that it might have been a squash.
Literally one move.
God damn, that is a squash. Jesus.
Yeah, just jumping Uranage from Barrington Hughes. 1, 2, 3.
Jumping Uranage? Yeah. If it's right, if it connects flush, I could kayfabe knock you the fuck out.
Especially consider the fact that Barrington Hughes is well over 400 pounds. He is a big dude. Big dude. And he's quite charismatic as well.
Very nice.
So I say he's got a bright future in wrestling. Then we announced the main event for next week, Jimmy Havoc versus the King of Swerve, Shane Strickland.
Ooh, kill shot. Very nice.
And then we had our main event tonight, Penta El ZOM versus Rey Fenix. And lucha goodness this was.
Yeah, you were happy in your head place at that main event.
A bit of a preview for what we're going to get on Lucha Underground. Because, they're flying all over the place, even into the crowd, which is always fun for me to watch. So, yeah, that is all of the news I have this week for the world of professional wrestling. Do you have anything to add?
He's fat!
Sure, why not?
Sorry, just Scott Steiner for an hour. It'll mess with your mind.
And you know
but
what?
in a good way.
Yes, the Lucha Brothers always work well together.
Oh, fucking A. They do. They truly do.
By the way, I'd like to add one thing this week. Congratulations to the Lucha Brothers for meeting Steve Austin.
Yay! Yeah, I saw that clip of they were handing him a T-shirt, and Austin was like, "Oh, nice."
He's like, "Yay, free merch."
Free merch. Anyhoozle, ladies and gentlemen, let me get my dress. Oh, hairball. Scott Steiner math, easier to comprehend than Common Core.
By the way, someone actually did Steiner math, like actually, like on a
saw
chalkboard.
That.
Like, okay, I didn't, and apparently, it actually checks out.
That's like the best part of it. I'm like, he did everything he wrote it down, and it's like the answer is correct. Scott Steiner was correct in that promo.
Well, I guess this proves that he is an educated person.
A highly intelligible person, but an intellectual person nonetheless. And I think we blew Hairball's mind with that.
You can go find the picture yourself, Airball, and study the whole equation if you want. I'm not, because
I'm not, because I used to be about that math in high school, and when high school was over, I'm like, fuck that shit.
I'm terrible at I'm terrible at maths. Terrible.
By the grace of God, I was good at it by the end of my high school career. But once high school was done, I'm like, you want to do math? Here, I would say, what does 1 + 1 equal? 2. What does 2 look like? Birds? 2 birds. There you go. That's why I think of math. Anyway, let's see. Can I get the thing going? Yes, I can. I can hit this button, I think. Can I? Yes, I can. It's time. For your emails and comments of the week, you can send them at Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com. Whew. Shall we get to the gimmick?
Sure.
I think we shall get to the gimmick. We begin with Barber 33. That's what we'll begin with this week. Hey guys, first, rest in peace to the great Bruno Samartino. His title reign will always be impressive. I'm glad that he was in inducted into the WB Hall of Fame before he passed away.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. That would have been a great tragedy right there. Second, I want to promote Reality of Wrestling, the Last Stand pay-per-view that will be available to buy on Fight.tv on April 21st. It's pretty much their version of the Royal Rumble. It costs about $15, and I hope that both Matty Jay and TWK would review it on the next Wrestle-Cast. They would accept. I'll be happy to give you money to watch it.
You've already given me enough money, Bob. If I want to watch it, I'll find the means.
Same here, man. There will be ways to watch it, but we do appreciate the offer, though. Don't get us wrong. But I'm gonna have to do some adjustments here. But if anyone if any one of you do want to contribute, let me just move a couple of things here. Live stream editing things are awesome. There it is.
We are professionals.
Yes, let me embiggen the support us gimmick over here. Patreon.com/TWK Reviews, PayPal.me/MattyJ316, if you feel so inclined. But no, you know what? We have Greatest Royal Rumble. We have actually, because it's coming up on Friday. I know we'll have to watch Impact. We're gonna be busy next week.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna be busy. We will definitely cover it if it is definitely available to us, but we'll find a way to make it available to us. Next up, it's our good buddy T-Dub. It's T-Dub. It's our good buddy.
French. Otaku.
Thank you, T-Dub. And hello, Wrestle-Cast. Well, it's a sad day in wrestling. 1 week removed from WrestleMania 34, we lost 70s superstar Paul Jones, former NWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, Tag Champion, and manager with his Army, and the big one, Bruno Samartino. At the very least, he managed to join the WB Hall of Fame long before his passing, but still his legacy will live on. I hope he doesn't call matches in heaven with Herb Abrams. Anywho, rest in peace to both men. Now on to this week's draft. I will not review this week in particular, outside of Brother Nero winning the U.S. title. But there's a list of people going to their opposite brands, going Raw. But well, we just talked about those people. But I will. There are some good. There are some good ones in there. There's some good nicknames. I'll be definitely talking about that. Gender back Acne Man Mahal. The Riot Squad, Heidi Lovelace, Crazy Mary Dobson, and Baby Spice. Fair enough. Kevin Steen, El Generico, Zack Ryder, who will still be irrelevant, sadly. The Fashion Popo, Natalia Zigglypuff, who still hasn't signed a contract with an E. Drew Galloway, Mojo Jojo, Baron Von Corbin, Baron Von Baron. Bobby Roode, Mike Bennett minus Maria. By the way, bastards. The Ascension, also irrelevant. Chad Gable, maybe an American Alpha reunion, please? Someone actually asked me at work today, co-worker, or someone in the hospital, say, hey, what do you think about American Alpha reuniting? My answer to that, T-Dub, it depends on Jordan's neck.
I think Jordan should be back within the next month or so.
He should be back. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a reunion. Will we get a reunion? I hope so.
Either that or possibly a good heel run from him.
Would be.
Heel Jordan, babyface Gable.
Be a great rivalry. Going to Smack Diddly Down Live, Damez, Brother Nero, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose of Absolution, Joey Samoa, Colin Cassidy, future Mrs. Bodyguard. I'm calling that too, by the way. I think a lot of people are calling that. Sanity minus Nikki Cross because fuck that Scottish accent, I assume, or because she fell asleep during the call. Asuka Sama, the Good Brothers, aka Tex Ferguson and Chad Too Bad. The Snack Bar. Why the hell is he still here? Truth. La Sombra and Ms. Thea Trinidad. Oh, by the way, had a serviceable match with Candice LeRae and her feud. Must admit, SmackDown Live got the best of it. Also, I'm surprised that Stephanie would rehire Steen Jericho after Steen beat the living shit out of her dad back in 2017. My guess, Triple H signed them against her will, or she's probably clueless.
Matty, here's the answer to that.
The answer is, go ahead, go. The
answer is, who remembers?
Thank you. I was just going to say the answer is yes, but that definitely. Yeah. NXT War Machine shows up and killed two jobbers. Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane had a great mate go no DQ. They did, And next week, Gargano versus Black. It's going to be sweet. Winners, Brother Nero, aka Jeff Hardy, winning the U.S. title from Jinder Mahal. I wish it was Rusev, but whatever. The announcement of the second season of Glow. I still need to watch the first season, though. I have.
Yes, you do.
You do.
Do it.
I have, and I'm with T-Dub on this one. You totally do need to watch that.
Watch it.
What do you see it? What do you see it?
You cannot do the claw voice.
I can't.
Well, honestly.
Well, I tell you, I can do the Arnold Schwarzenegger. You better watch the Glow with those two chicks in the leotards. They look awesome, and then they have this conflict. And then there's John Hennigan, the Boone guy who's the bounty hunter in that one Netflix show.
By the way, did you finally get around to watching that?
I did, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cheesy,
but
it's really enjoyable.
I refuse to spoil it for anyone who's not, but it's super cheesy, and it's awesome.
And the best part, and one of the things I love about it is the fact that Morrison he funded basically the whole movie himself.
He produced the movie.
And he also did somewhere between 80 to 90% of his own stunts, as much as they could get away with.
Because he's Mr. Parkour, why the fuck not?
And you do see quite a few parkour stunts in the movie.
Oh, yes you do. Yes you do. Yes you do. But you totally need to see Glow, Boone, the Bounty Hunter, if you can find it. If it's on Netflix, if it's on your version of Netflix, do it.
It's on American. Not sure about
it's
Europe.
on Canadian as well. It's here in North America. Internationally, we can't be sure, but if it is, watch it.
Watch what?
It.
Thank you.
Another winner here. We had the return of Drew McIntyre on Raw, possibly a future feud with Dolph in the near future. I'll take him as Universal Champion over Roman Reigns. Paul Jones and Bruno Samartino, even in death, will always remember you. Losers, the new DVD of the WWE Evolution of the Women's Women's Division. Fuck that up. Of course, there's no mention of AJ Lee and China, the contributions with the women's division in their era. However, there is no mention about them. I assume Stephanie is involved in it. No, really?
Yeah, Stephanie's on the cover. You know who else is on the cover of that DVD?
Moolah?
No, but Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey.
Because
total
of
3 months in the public eye and the company, freaking smack dab in the middle of the fucking cover. I wonder how many marks are gonna go and buy the DVD thinking they're gonna see Ronda Rousey at plastered all over the fucking thing.
It's just it's a bit much. Like, come on, just
it's
slow
a
your
little
roll,
much.
Slow your roll with her. Just stop. Just stop.
I will
Hold
say
down.
this though. I like what they're doing with Natalya.
Oh yeah, I like what they're doing with Rousey and Natalya on Raw.
If that's the next feud, I want to see Ronda Rousey versus Natalya.
But
for one thing, the match will be awesome, and two, it'll give Natalya a much deserved spot in the spotlight.
That reminds me of something I meant to bring up in the first segment. Gail Kim did an interview talking about what she's doing currently in Impact Wrestling, being an agent for the women's matches, helping them improve their psychology and storytelling in the ring. And she was also asked about WWE and how they approach women's wrestling. And according to Gail Kim, Stephanie could have spoken up a lot sooner about it, but just chose not to.
Ooh, heat.
Yeah.
Heat.
Which, of course, surprised absolutely nobody because, well, we've already seen enough evidence that Stephanie McMahon cares not for actual women's wrestling. She only wants what will put her over. It will give her
put the brand over, which will put her over.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, the OSW Review Cunt of the Year from a couple years ago.
Yeah, she is, as we've said multiple times on the show, she is nothing but a corporate shill.
Yep. And a very, very heel person. Anyway, let's see. On that list of losers. The breakup of Nikki Bella and John Cena after 6 years of the relationship looks like The Miz and Maurice won the war in the end. Oh my God, The Miz memes after that broke.
Yep.
Oh.
Technically, The Miz was right.
The Miz called it. And they were announcing, this is obviously a fact that I've showed before. Easy and I, along with a few friends, we watched Raw over Skype on Mondays. As soon as we knew of the news, and as soon as they announced Miz TV, I'm like, come on, you got to bring it up. I know you're a pro and everything else, but come on. Just say 2 words. Called it. Come on. He didn't. But then again, he was having a good time with Mr. Rajan. Steve and Owens and Zayn being heels, And
they're about to form the greatest supergroup in professional wrestling history.
Mer?
They're about to form like the world's greatest faction.
That's true. And then Daniel Bryan got healthy. Which,
Gee,
by the way,
Miz, that's a good head you got on your shoulders. It would be a shame if somebody kicked it in.
Dude, a suit. You should have heard me. Easy will confirm this with you. The first words out of my mouth as soon as they announced Miz going to SmackDown because Bryan wanted him. You're gonna get your fucking Eggerton. You're gonna get your fucking Eggerton.
I do not blame you. That does sound like an appropriate reaction from you.
And seriously, you're going to get your fucking head kicked in, brah.
And they're going to have what I assume will be excellent matches.
Oh, they fucking will. They fucking will. The fact that Sanity is only including young Wolf and Damo, but not Nikki Cross. I can imagine to see Nikki in the wasteland. Notice me! Kevin Dunn using his teeth to dig a hole in the ground next to her. No. And speaking of the poop shiller, Armando Alejandro Montalvo. This guy is a complete douche. No wonder he got shot. Thankfully he recovered. That's it. Have a good weekend. Next up, it's our good buddy the Hairball, everybody. Let me get the thing over here. So I get this button over here. And open up the thing. Camera show clock tower flags and half-mast. Hologram reads, the following comments are dedicated to the memory of one Bruno Samartino. And of course, White App has always set up the point. Here we go. Let's try it. Theater room. Rip. Today we mourn the loss of and celebrate the life of one of the greatest. Wait, one of? Bruno was the greatest champion ever. Who wrote this? Minion number 646, number 762, armbar. It was me, Miss Van Winkle. Rip. I'll dole your punishment later. Hey guys, I don't even know what he didn't even know he was sick. I'm pretty sure Triple H mentioned him, mended those fences. Yeah, not a whole lot of people knew he was sick, actually. That's a sad part there. I'm sure, the superstars have been shaken up. Some call-ups. Raw is now glorious, and Daniel can't wait to punch Miz in the face. And Roba. SmackDown and Roman. Smack talks Joe. He's on the other side of the planet. And Scott Steiner was on a conference call. Couldn't get past 30 seconds. And I was laughing so hard. I know, right? Winner is Bruno because, duh, we've lost quite a few this week. Steiner because, duh, and because fat asses. Losers. Cena, go ahead.
Loser.
Loser. You're a loser. Cena, hey Matty, do you have the pointless button? Because I described Mania last year. Which one? Isn't it all pointless or the ding pointless? Because I have neither, actually.
That's a great build.
We need.
Which one, do you want option A or do you want option B? Because I have neither.
I need to fix that. In either case, anyway.
Were those both Shades buttons from back in the day?
I believe the isn't it all pointless from Gundam. I don't ask me which one it was, but yeah, that was on the Shades list actually. Yeah. This week, fuck you, just fuck you. Whoever in the blue hell thought it would be a good idea to cancel Ash versus Evil Dead? Rip. What? Contact Evil Reverend. They want to ban us from the greatest Royal Rumble. Columbia will be nothing.
Also, the canceling of Ash vs. Evil Dead is actually good news for me.
Why?
Because now I don't have to get caught up on all the Evil Dead stuffs.
Oh, come on. Really?
Because I've only ever seen the first movie.
Really? You've never seen Army of Darkness?
I've never seen Army of Darkness, haven't seen Evil Dead 2, haven't watched the show.
You need to change that.
There's just so much stuff to watch.
If at the very least, Army of Darkness is on Netflix, it is worth the watch. If you want to know where half of the humor comes from, it's from that movie. Easily.
Yeah, here's the... My brother-in-law has, like, all 3 movies.
Get yourself a couple hours before Tsunami and pop that fucker in. Have a good night, man.
Possibly, if I'm not playing Yakuza 6.
Fair enough. People going, what's like Yakuza 6 is over Army of Darkness. Well, put your forks down. Yakuza 6, it has Toriano in it.
I just love so in Yakuza, sorry to go off topic, but in Yakuza 6, there's this clan creator mode where you pretty much do like real-time strategy stuff with like clan members. And like when I say clan members, I mean like Japanese members of like your custom Yakuza, not like racist shit. Anyways.
Yeah.
So some of the people that you can recruit by beating them are members of the New Japan roster, which include Tenkozy, which yes, they do call them Tenkozy. They do. Tetsuya Naito.
Because why the fuck not?
Toriano, Tanahashi, and Okada.
And by the way, the best gif ever is Toriano in Yakuza 6 doing the Yano Toru pose and then shrug.
Yeah, like, so when you go to when you talk to one of the guys, it takes you to like this menu where you have to like do all this like clan management stuff. And like, it will just show one of your members doing cycling through an animation, and one of them is Toriano and two other members doing the Yano Toru pose. And right behind him is one of the chicks there holding a phone recording it, and the main character playing as Kiryu just sort of like scowling at it like, what is this bullshit?
The only thing that would make it even better is Naito walking past going, tranquilo.
Well, thankfully, like, the one thing I do like is that they actually do stay true to the characters that these New Japan wrestlers portray. Nice. And so like half of Naito's dialogue is tranquilo, asenayo.
And in the background, Minoru Suzuki, fuck your tranquilo, smashes two tables.
Oh, if only
some poor young cub gets his ass stretched out. I know he's not in the game, but you can imagine it.
By the way,
considering the current feud going on right now.
By the way, I do think you need to show the footage because it is amazing. I'm going to link it into the chat.
Yeah, please. I think we totally need to play show and tell with this.
There we go.
There we go. Let me just get this going. If you will indulge me for a few seconds, I will show you. I did not want to play that, but there we go. There it is. Oh, that's a little off, but there you go. There it is. Let's play at the very beginning, and there it is. Yano Toru. Right there. So yeah, I love the tweet. 10 out of 10, A+, 5 stars. Wait. Don't you mean 6 stars?
It would have been 6 stars had they also include Tomohiro Ishii.
Yeah.
That, like, I don't know why they didn't include him, because whenever Ishii wears a suit, he looks like a Yakuza gang member.
He does.
He looks like some sort of Yakuza enforcer that you fight right before you get to the final boss.
He totally does.
And yes, everybody, we do get sidetracked. Welcome to the Wrestle-Cast.
Yeah, well, welcome to two nerds talking about wrestling and other nerd stuff. This is a regular Friday night. Have you been served? Because you've been here for a few minutes. Oh, you've been here for 2 to 3 years now? Oh, I am so sorry. Do you want a beer? Would you like to look at the menu? Anyway.
Now, if we could finally move on.
If we could finish this damn email, he had a funny ending here. Rip contract, of course. Meanwhile, minion number 762, armbar, walking down the hall, all scared like. Bro! I believe the punishment for that particular minion is getting these hands.
So that's how she got over?
Playing a stand-up bass, yes. Anyway, those are your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. And I'm halfway through a bottle of Breezer.
What is Breezer?
The Bacardi mixed rum drink.
Ah, okay.
I got the, the tropical orange smoothie flavor. So basically it's orange soda with rum in it.
Trying to get lit tonight?
It's Friday. Been a long week. I think I've earned it.
Wait a minute, what day did you just say it was?
Friday. Don't!
It's Friday!
God damn it.
Hey, Matty Jay, Friday!
We shall return with a preview of 2 big shows. And Handball, are you getting paid for this? No, sir.
Not this week.
Nope. Not that I know of, unless Rakti is in the chat and decide to give out Handball don't tape the desk. I'll explain that and the rest of the stuff when we come back. Don't go far, jeez.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Who's Tom Stimers? Take one look at them because you're going to be seeing and hearing a lot of them. We build vans factory direct. Don't be mistaken by the middleman. Eliminate the middleman. Come directly to our plant. Buy one factory direct. Dusty, tell him.
You know Dusty Rosa McIntyre does not tell you no lies. Don't lead you astray. Right here, Tom Stamers is going to be in your hearts, your souls, and your mind. Because you can come to the factory right here in Georgia and get what you want to get for the littlest price of all.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Dave Chappelle here. I'm setting this guy up on a blind date to show that right guard extreme sport works under the most extreme conditions. Ladies! You gotta get a number, dog. See? Extreme protection against odor and wetness. Love hurts. Goes on clear, doesn't quit. You guys are really hitting it off.
Right Guard Extreme Sport. Get extreme. Get Right Guard.
Call us! That one will.
Thank you.
The measuring stick. We are the bar. We're the best tag team.
Five-time Raw tag
greatest
team.
Royal Rumble.
Look, let's be honest here. I've never seen a weirder looking tag team than...
The Fashion Police have been transferred to a new precinct.
We're here to clean up the mean streets of Monday Night Raw.
Do you have a permit for that mohawk?
And these outfits, there's no theme. Everything just clashes.
Dresses. You're wearing dresses.
I ought to lock you two right up. Well, we should.
We're not gonna disrespect the badge. We're just gonna write you two a couple of tickets right now. Hang on.
Book
to
'em,
these.
Dango.
It's Mohawk! And those are kilts! What's even going on?
What?
They're not even...
How dare you disrespect us!
And we're back here on the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podomac.com, iTunes, podcasting places. Live on Twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. My name's Matty Jay, that's TWK. We're here with you for the Wrestle-Graphs talks.
Is it my thighs? When you look at me, they are so thick. Tee.
You can tell we had a couple of mark-out moments this week.
A little
bit. Fashion Police on Raw, and if there's a show that needs filler, and especially comedy filler, it's Raw. So Fashion Police will do wonders on Raw.
Just let them do the Fashion Files thing. And everything will be fine.
Fashion Files, and oh god, the Fashion Police are on the same brand as Woken Matt Hardy. Let that sink in for a second, and so you can imagine the possibilities and be happy in your head place and thinking about those possibilities.
Well,
I know
more
I just blew
importantly-
my own mind doing that.
And more importantly, you know, this is on the same brand as the Fashion Police.
Hmm?
The Ascension.
Yup. So that gimmick continues, ladies and gentlemen.
I smell dream match.
Ooh. Maybe not dream match, but
Come on. Fashion Files versus Ascension. It's been building up for the better part of a year.
technically
smell-
yes.
I
Technically yes. 5 stars
smell-
by Meltzer.
I smell the first tag team main event in WrestleMania since the first one.
Ooh, yeah, ooh.
Come on. You know you want to see it. Main event for the Raw Tag Team titles. Fashion Police versus The Ascension.
Yeah. In my
2 out of
head
3
canon, I
fall.
could see it.
2 out of 3 falls. Hell in a Cell. Submission only.
Oh, Jesus. Does Dango even have a submission?
His dance is a submission.
All right, a little bit of housekeeping. Last week we had the shades on, and Hairball brought up not daving the desk. We should probably explain. T-Dub did a bad Jinder Mahal joke, and got rightly daved for it.
It was not a joke, and it was great.
In either case, he got Dave and Shades, Dave T-Dub, and he went dark for the rest of the night. Turns out he had slapped his desk, which was a tempered glass desk, and he hit it at such a fashion, at such a force, that it actually shattered the desk. Yeah, we were not able to do Toku because of that, but he is back on his feet, and believe it or not, his desktop is held by duct tape now, which, ironically enough, is still doing better than Channel Awesome right now. Hey-oh! Hi-oh. You know I'm right.
Yes, you are indeed correct.
Channel Awesome is fucked. I would say they're fucked way back when Linkara left. I called that shit from a mile away, but that's
And
not
right now
why
it's
you're here.
still between Larry and Brad.
Looks like Brad. I don't even know if Brad is still there. I think Guru Larry's there just for the fact that he's like, oh, I'm just here for the fucking shit, for the fucking giggles now. Anyway, but that's not why you called. We will begin chronologically in the pay-per-view preview deal here because we got 2 shows to view, and chronologically speaking, we got this weekend's show coming up first, this Sunday's actually, Impact Wrestling Redemption on Pay-Per-View. And the poster still had Patron versus Aries. Whoops, that's not happening anymore.
No, let me go over the card for Impact Wrestling presents Redemption theme song. Oh, the theme song is no longer listed. Boo.
Ooh, but I will say this: Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, is where they are holding this particular pay-per-view. Take us down the card with you, please.
First off, we have Aerostar versus Drago. A bit of a Lucha Underground preview.
Fucking A.
Because those two are feuding on the show.
They are.
We're going to have a 6-way X Division match. Taiji Ishimori versus Desmond X Xavier versus Hijo del Fantasma versus Brian Cage versus DJ Z versus Trevor Lee.
By the way, the minute Trevor Lee walks into his Brian Cage, he's going to get those hands.
Essentially, yes.
I know it's a Braun Strowman joke, but you know Trevor Lee's going to die the minute Brian Cage gets his hands on him, right?
Yeah, because
I'm
Brian
not wrong
Cage
in that assessment, right?
That's because he's not going to be fighting a man. He's going to be fighting a machine.
I'm a machine. And for those wondering, yes, Shades is fine. A couple of minor scrapes and cuts. No big deal. He's back on his feet. He was streaming on Wednesday, We did RV Talks. We had Tony on, and we pretty much took a massive dump on Channel Awesome, which was fun. Let's see.
Next one is going to be one hell of a match. It's going to be OVE versus Eddie Edwards, Moose, and Tommy Dreamer in a House of Hardcore match.
Basically, no DQ street fight is what it is.
Yeah.
But fucking hey, man.
And I gotta say, Tommy Dreamer's still doing hardcore matches at his age. Good on him. Being able to stay in that good of shape to do that.
It's probably kind of a case of just couple of shots here and there, low bumpage.
Yeah.
Low bumpage, high impact, high effect, I guess.
Essentially. Hopefully it doesn't bleed too much.
No bleeding. No bleeding.
Just let the younger guys bleed at this point.
Please. You've done enough.
For the tag team titles, probably the most advertised match of the card.
Yep.
LAX defending against Eli Drake and Scott Steiner.
Yeah, the most advertised one because Scott Steiner was on the teleconference for an hour being Scott fucking Steiner.
Essentially, from what I hear, he was cutting an hour-long promo.
That was an hour-long shoot promo, and god damn it, fuck yes. You know what? I'm thinking back to that teleconference. We had that one promo that was a couple of the week last week, and then after the fight. It's as if, and I don't personally believe in God anymore, but if God existed, it's as if he was like, it's like, let's see, it did this, did that. It's, oh my God. The amount of Scott Steiner promos the last few years is that much? Hey, God, hey, Impact, who's running this joint? Callis? Aren't you doing the New Japan stuff? Never mind, look, do a teleconference, put Scott Steiner in it. Yes, uncensored. Yes, I know what it means. You're welcome. It's as if God said, we will have more Scott Steiner than ever.
Nevertheless,
yes.
Moving on with the card, we're going to have the X Division title on the line as Matt Sydal defends against Petey Williams, and I'm sure Josh Matthews will be at ringside.
Because douche.
I just wonder who's going to be on commentary, because this is going to be a live show.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to do.
So
hey, have we mentioned the Women's Championship in there, the Impact Knockouts Championship?
Oh, yeah. I'm a fucking idiot. Allie will be defending against Su Yung. This will be Allie's second defense.
Yep.
And I'm kind of unsure of how this is going to go. I assume also Su Yung will be accompanied to the ring by Braxton Sutter.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps shenanigans will come into play.
More than likely.
Because it's wrestling, there are always shenanigans.
By the way, for those wondering who Su Yung is,
the Demon Bride.
Sorry?
The Demon Bride.
The Demon Bride. For those who have never seen Su Yung before, let me pull up a very quick. Let's do some show and tell. That's what Su Yung is right there. Demon Bride. Scary lady. There you go. I thought I edited that. There we go. I'm going to fit that in there. There we go. Much more better. Much better. Anywho. That being said, continuing.
Next, we have our main event. Instead of Austin Aries defending the Impact World Championship against Alberto El Patron, he'll be defending it in a three-way match against Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix.
So we went from one halfway decent main event to, oh my God, the flip itch is going to be awesome.
Yes, it will. And for those who watched Major League Wrestling tonight, you got just a little preview of what we're going to get.
You got a taste. You got a taste.
So overall, this is definitely looking, at least on paper, to be an absolute excellent card.
This is looking like a good night of wrestling right there, man. You got all your workers. You got a little bit of women. You got all of the elf flippage. You got a great opener. You got some women's wrestling in there. You got a hardcore match. You got Scott Steiner being Scott Steiner in there. Good night of wrestling in that for Sunday right there. And then we jump to Friday night.
Next week, 7 days from today. Actually, less than 7 days.
Friday night in Saudi Arabia. Friday afternoon for us regular folk in the Eastern Seaboard.
Yep, on the East Coast, it will be broadcasting at noon.
Noon Eastern Standard Time. April 27th.
With the pre-show at 11.
Yeah. From the King Abdullah International Stadium in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, it's the greatest Royal Rumble.
Wrong. It is not. It is the greatest Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble. Wow. That being said, the card looks like oh my god. WrestleMania, the sequel. It starts, and of course there's no particular order to these matches. Then we're just going from the bottom to the top. The main event obviously being the titular Greatest Royal Rumble. They start off with the first one of the first advertised matches. The Undertaker taking on Rusev in a casket match. Bury me softly, brother.
Bury me softly with this shit.
Yep. Then it was John Cena taking on Triple H. This is turning into a house show. This is a house show. What am we talking about?
Cedric, and in some ways is, and in some ways is not.
This is a house show that they decided to market the fuck out of. Cedric Alexander taking on not Buddy Murphy because he couldn't wait. He could not resist that Cracker Barrel that morning. So it's basically the winner of the gauntlet match that will be determined on Tuesday. Cedric Alexander.
When I saw TBD, I thought it was the return of Cody Rhodes.
That would be amazing. That would be mind-blowingly amazing if they could pull that off.
By the way, for those who don't know, the joke is referencing Cody's name on Up, Up, Down, Down.
DBD. Yep. So as a winner of the gauntlet match, Old Fate taking on Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship. The Bludgeon Brothers taking on the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. They won the thing, so there you go. Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy. It's taking on Cesaro, Sheamus. That's a final to determine the Raw Tag Team Champions. Jeff Hardy versus
Well,
Jinder
considering Cesaro and Sheamus are now on SmackDown, gee, I wonder who's going to win that one.
Spoilers. Jesus.
Spoilers.
A little bit. Speaking of spoilers, Jeff Hardy defends against Jinder Mahal for the U.S. Championship.
Not exactly.
Why not?
Jinder could win the title, take it to Raw, and then in the Intercontinental title match, either Joe or Miz could win the IC title and take it to SmackDown.
That's very true. It's a 50-50 thing, but it's the WB Championship comes first on the card here. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke I punch people in the dick Nakamura.
I would love it if both the WWE title and Universal title changed hands at this show.
Oh my god, how fucked up would that be? None of them change at Mania, but they'll change at a random house show in Saudi Arabia.
Well, they want to make this the greatest Royal Rumble ever. You give the belt to Shinsuke Nakamura. That's how you make it the greatest ever. Give him belt.
Give him belt. Have fun. Speaking of other belt, a ladder match. 4 men in this one. IC title. Seth Rollins defends against Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz.
So yeah, this is like I'm hedging my bets on depending on who wins the U.S. title, because if Jeff Hardy retains the U.S. title, then either Rollins or Finn Balor are winning the IC title.
Yeah, it's gonna flip over, and yeah. So it's the last chance for them. They could say, okay, let's trade belts. This would be the time to do it.
Yeah, they teased trading the belts on Monday, and then on Tuesday they're like, no, keep the belts on the same show. And then here's pretty much the last chance to change belts, unless they're also having possible belt switches at Backlash.
Which is the thing that could happen.
Yeah, but definitely no belt switching in the main events. The belt's not switching brands there.
No, unless they didn't want to switch it from Brock to Roman. Roman versus Brock Lesnar, Universal Championship, a steel cage match, no less.
I have no doubt that Roman will get a much better response here.
You get the feeling that the whole idea was the coordination of Roman Reigns, and then New Orleans decided to say, no, fuck your Roman Reigns.
I would say if you want to have him win the title with a huge crowd cheering him, this would probably be the event to do it.
This is the best chance to do it. If the crowd in Saudi Arabia don't want to cooperate, you're fucked.
Essentially, because usually international crowds are at the very least, international crowds that
they're more receptive usually.
Yeah, especially crowds that don't really get WWE that often.
Or buy the marketing more than the crowds.
And of course, in the main event, the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you're at a 40, man. Fuck that. 50! 50! 5-0!
Did Cotton Hill book this show? I win the Royal Rumble and I eliminated 50 men. And then Ric Flair came out of nowhere and chopped my shins off.
Random King of the Hill reference for the win on that one. 50 men. Here are the announced people so far. Daniel Bryan, Big Show, Braun Strowman, Kurt Angle, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Elias, Goldust, Mojo Rawley, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, Chad Gable, Big E, Kofi, Xavier Woods, Shelton Benjamin, Sin Cara, and Chris Jericho.
And of course, the winner, not getting a title shot, but a trophy.
They'll be getting something.
The only news that we've heard is that the winner will get a trophy.
Hey, I'm not saying it. You know I'm not wrong when I say it. It is something. We don't know what that. It is a thing. It is some of a thing. So it is indeed something. Thing. The category tonight is thing. Anyway.
And of course, let's see how many names they have announced. Definitely not 50.
No, I think it's everyone that's able to fly over that's not a woman.
Yeah, still not a fan of that.
Yeah, and it turns out in Saudi Arabia, if you want to get ringside tickets, you have to buy a family ticket, which means you have to put women ringside. There's some irony there.
Some things just don't make sense in other cultures.
Know. It's going to be fascinating to look at.
Indeed. And I hope this and somebody point out that there's a bit of shadiness with the whole production of this show.
There is.
And it does make me a bit uneasy, to be honest. So all I can hope is that the workers that everyone is able to travel there, put on a show, get home safely at this point.
Just be safe, really. Be safe, have fun. That's all we could say there. You want to do some winners and losers there, bud?
Sure, why not?
Let's get on some losers.
Loser, Rich Swann.
Oh, what happened?
So, he made his return to CCW over the weekend and seemed to get a fairly good response. Seemed like he was starting to win back the crowd. And then he pulled a Rich Swann.
Oh, no.
And by that, I mean you're aware of Moses Malone, correct?
Somewhat.
She was the woman that was sexually assaulted by one of Michael Elgin's students.
Oh no.
He decided to go into her DMs and just start shit-talking her. Mr. Rich Swann, if you're trying to get in the good graces of the wrestling fans, one thing you do not do is start shit-talking a sexual assault victim, especially one that's getting sued by Michael Elgin. You fuck!
You should see my face when I just heard that, because I'm like, my God.
He was so close. He was just on the edge of finally getting back into doing the good thing, and then he fucked it all up.
I'm not even gonna justify that with an answer. Fuck that guy.
And he is like, I really want to like you, Rich Swann, but you keep fucking up everything. Why do you keep fucking up everything? Stop it. Stop fucking up everything, you idiot, you moron, you piece of garbage. Stop it.
Idiot.
And also, I'd like to say to pro wrestlers in the industry, please stop making excuses for him. Please stop making excuses for everyone's poor behavior. If they have poor behavior, discipline them for it, because that's the only way that we improve and actually, as I said, improve our sort of relationship with the outside world. Because the way we keep acting by defending these horrible actions, we just make everything worse.
There's something wrong. I'm not going to say that Cornette is right, but there's something about the old school of the business where you fucked up, you face the consequences of your brethren. And if that locker room had Andre the Giant, God have mercy on your soul, because Rich Swann would have gotten his ass bitch tossed by Andre the Giant.
I don't even think we need that. I just think we need people held accountable for their actions. At all. We just need that. That's all we need. If you do something stupid, own up to it. You fucking moron. And we just see too much of that. We see too much people acting stupid, and then all these wrestlers just come onto their defense just because they're buddies. Like, just because someone's your friend doesn't mean you can't call them out for being an idiot.
See, friends say you're right. True friends call your ass out.
Exactly. So next time you see somebody acting stupid on social media, call them out for it. Do not try to protect them. If they're being stupid, let them bathe in that stupidity. Let them just showcase their stupidity. Just don't let them continue to be stupid. You have to let them know they're being stupid. So that way they can improve upon their behavior later on.
And not be stupid.
That's one of the things I actually like about Will Ospreay, because he does act stupid on social media a lot. But then he actually gets called out for it, and then he accepts being called out for it, and he improves his behavior.
Or he does stupid shit like an attempted Spanish flea and wrecks his fucking neck doing it.
Spanish fly.
Whatever. He fucked up his own neck in that match. Jesus.
Well, that was an accident. That could have happened.
That was an accident, but still. Christ.
Anyways, that's my loser for the week.
Armando Montalvo, whatever the fuck, that douchebag that we showed. Fuck that guy. Just seriously, dude, really? You got some serious fucking issues in your fucking head, dude. That's what I say. Winners before I just, I'm sad in my head place now.
South African Uber driver.
Oh, I saw that. He was in a video with, I think it was Sheamus, Rollins, and Sasha Banks.
Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, it was Titus, Seth, and Sasha.
Because, Titus and Sheamus are so easy to get mixed up. They look so much alike.
I fucked up, okay? This is me we're talking about, okay?
I'm not done yet. Because, one's super pasty and the other one's super dark, exactly the same.
I fucked up, okay? Can we move on?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it was Titus O'Neil, Seth Rollins, and Sasha Banks. They go into they're obviously in Australia doing the tour thing like they would do. And they sit down, they take an Uber, and it just happens that it's just the one Uber driver happens to be a fan. And, well, I can't blame him.
Yeah, he's marking out like a lot of us would.
You would. You totally would. I would. I'd be like, hello. I'd say, wait, holy shit, you're Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, no, Titus is having the time of his life with this guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's just really great stuff. Also, my other winner this week is Super Sentai Hero for giving us some of them cheers up during Riftdown.
Yeah, he sent some cheers over at Riftdown. So, yeah, there you go. The thumb is up there.
Yep, thumb is up. And thank you for the 10 bits.
Yeah.
Your winners, Mr. Matty J.
Well, Scott Steiner, man. How could it not be Scott Steiner? Just made my job so easy. That's it. I got nothing else. Scott Steiner is the winner this week.
I actually have another winner.
Go.
Pro wrestling, because it seems that we're in another great age for it.
This happens to be a good week for it, man.
Because we're getting so much wrestling now. Because, like, I can't recall the last time we got an independent wrestling company actually on television, like MLW, an indie company.
Yeah.
On national TV. We got Impact Wrestling on TV. We got, aside from WWE, we also have Impact Wrestling. We also have Lucha Underground.
We also have Ring of Honor.
Yeah, all these companies that are on national television. That is just, when's the last time that happened? We had all these companies. Like,
and for literally $11 in my case, $11 Canadian, you can watch wrestling from another country.
Yeah, you can act there, but like we can legally watch wrestling from Japan without having to trade tapes with anybody. And we can watch it instead of watching it like months after it happened. We watch it as it's happening live. If you do
if you're suicidal with your sleep schedule.
Yeah, but nonetheless, the fact that you can do that is absolutely amazing. We are living in a great period for wrestling fans.
You can wake up, go to a website, pay some money, and legally watch the on-demand of a pay-per-view that just happened a few hours ago in Japan.
Yeah. So yeah, life is really good to be a wrestling fan right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it indeed is. Had to breathe that one in there a little bit. What a time to be a wrestling fan.
And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's it, folks. Before we do anything else, you are working on a new video.
Actually, I just got finished editing it earlier today.
Yeah, it's on Patreon, actually.
Yep, it's on Patreon right now.
Yeah.
And tomorrow night, it'll be available to the public. And it is my review of Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
I take it was a thing?
I have feelings about it. And you'll know those feelings once the video is released tomorrow night.
Yes. But, of course, that's not all what we have on to us. Tomorrow, we've got a double header. The Houseman with Tony Helms of the Crew, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, the Anime Mavericks podcast at 8 p.m. Excuse me, I just burped. I just realized I did not set the card up yet.
Oops.
Whoops, indeed. But I have the image here, so I can read off of that. So it's no biggie dealy, no biggie Langston. On I hate to say this again, but TWK Riffs is off again, folks. Yeah, we just found out Shades is going to a wedding. That I believe the reception is at 5 p.m., so he is not going to make it. So TWK Riffs is being moved another week. But next week, it's back to a regular schedule, but I think at this point, we might have to do a catch-up round.
That reminds me, congratulations to a guy who's been watching on YouTube for the past 10 years, Mark Pearson, for getting married.
Hey! Very nice. Congratulations.
Yep, he's tied the knot, and I'm so happy that he has found happiness. Makes me happy.
But the Shades will be back on Monday with Fandom Paradise. He would be doing Shades Plays, but no, he's going to Fandom Paradise. I get the feeling this is AMV related.
Well, that's the whole point of.
I think it's that time of year again. But he'll be doing that on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday, Rift Out, TWK of the Crow. Talking about all the good stuff, and of course, the randomness of course, watching Rift SmackDown as you try to avoid the crappy commentary of Byron Sexton. Wednesday, we'll try again with the Monk Mini. We couldn't do it because, again, Lady K was indisposed, sadly. Thursday, we're back with a Ranger Recap, doing a classic episode, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that one on Thursday. Friday, of course, we're back here on Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of the Wrestle-Cast. We'll talk about Impact Wrestling. We'll talk about the Greatest Royal Rumble, which will still be fresh in our minds, I think. And the results of which I believe will be a thing.
Oh, yes.
And am I missing anything else here? I don't think so, but I'd like to think I'm not missing anything.
This is why you should write everything down.
Yes, I should.
That's why I always keep notes for the first segments. That way I have everything organized. And I don't miss anything, at least unless I forget it. But, you know, at the very least, I try to get everything as organized as possible in my notes. I suggest you do the same.
I did for a while, and then I stopped doing it. I should do that again.
Yes.
I had cue cards for a while. Anyway.
Yeah,
that being said, of course, you're on Twitch. You could, of course, do follow us because you'll get notifications for that. But, of course, subscriptions are always appreciated, of course, for the Twitch, for our exclusive emoticons, including that Dave slap. Always nice. There's, of course, a robot in there to tell you if you want to Dave slap somebody, the robot will do it to you or do it for you and all that good stuff. Of course, if you're listening to the on-demand gimmick, twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. We do it live there, of course, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's a whole spiel that John knows better than I do. But that'll do it for this show, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what I can do. I can at least hit this button and say that is the show. We thank you very much for tuning in and coming by and say hi to us for a couple of hours. Good weekend for wrestling. Enjoy, folks. Of course, there'll be another Friday for that as well. So we have a lot of WWE in the coming week. The only day you don't have WWE is Thursday.
Well, fuck. And if you watch wrestling all the time that's on television, you literally have wrestling every day of the week. Raw on Monday, SmackDown and 205 Live Tuesday, NXT Wednesday, and then Thursday you're going to have Impact. And then Friday you're going to have Greatest Royal Rumble and MLW.
Something to look forward to, that's for sure.
And then, of course, on the weekend you got the weekly ROH show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're a wrestling fan, you Jesus Christ.
Pick and choose. That's what I do, folks. It's WrestleMania. Yeah. On behalf of my good buddy TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK Reviews telling you to work your gimmick.
My name's Matty Jay, reminding you all professional wrestling. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hey, it's Joey Mills from the Sport Bible. I just wanted to ask, obviously you've been a star in every major organisation in pro wrestling over many years. I just wondered
That's why I'm world famous, bitch!